Has your mindset about the pandemic changed over time?
I'm less concerned now. It's definitely changed. Because, to be honest, I think eventually everyone's going to get COVID. Whether you want it or not, you're going to get it. I guess it just depends how your body reacts to it. So it's definitely changed from the beginning. I was way more scared at the beginning.
Like we're both triple vaxxed, and I think for us, I feel like my risk is quite low at this point. But we do have a 2.5-year-old kid who obviously can't be vaccinated yet. So for us, I mean, that's kind of, I guess, our main source of anxiety.
Oh, yeah, I'm still more concerned. I mean, we still haven't been able to resolve it much, and the effects on healthcare are insane. I mean, there's more and more outbreaks every day, especially with regards to, just the U of A hospital and things in Alberta. And we haven't really been able to, put things on the downturn, and it's been we're on the 5th or 6th wave now. So I think it's quite frustrating. It's putting a lot of pressure on everyone. But yeah, so in terms of concern, yeah, it's still there.
Oh, much less concerned. We think we should open. Just let's get back to living again.
Yeah, I feel the same way. It's time to move on, right? We have to live with it, and, there will be some consequences, but it looks like it's less and less every day, so time to move on.
I'd say I'm less concerned. I think because I'm triple vaccinated, and it's great to see that most Canadians have adopted a vaccine. I think hopefully we'll move from a pandemic to an epidemic, and I think we should all hopefully learn to live with the coronavirus.
I wish that people would be more consistent with their care. I understand we don't want to completely shut our lives down, but at the same time, we always do need to exercise care and caution. And so, yeah, I've actually found this month very tough because I have found the mindset to be too lackadaisical and not enough care. And I feel that there was things that we could have done to mitigate things further and that were not done.
As you see how different countries are doing differently, example, countries like Sweden and all this, and other countries are doing their own way of reacting. So, yeah, it has changed. At this point, it's time for, to be, getting over with.
So I worked in long-term care for actually a year as an admin person, so seeing what it can do to the body before we had the vaccines, that has changed my opinion. I think a lot of people who are anti-vax or misled, they should probably work in a long-term care facility, or they could volunteer, to work at the ICU and see what that does to the body. Yeah, I understand that we are all frustrated. We all don't want to be in this situation. However, we do have to listen to science.
Definitely less. Everybody, for the most part, there's a lot of double vaccinated people, and that was the point of it, right? To be able to enjoy stuff like this and be able to go have a beer at a pub. So I don't feel like mine's changed a whole lot, but it's definitely a little bit comforting having stuff opening up again.
Yeah, I'd say less concerned. We kind of just ignore it and keep living our lives.
Less concerned. Yeah. I basically, we had COVID over Christmas, my whole family. So I think the Omicron variant is less severe, so I think we're fine.
It hasn't really changed significantly. I believe in following what the medical experts say to do. So I'm triple vaxxed, for example, and my family is, and we wear masks when we're supposed to. And the Omicron variant was a bit concerning, but it was also a lot milder from what I heard. So at this point in time, I think we're through the most of it. So I'm hoping clear sailing.
Probably the same level of concern. I'm not as concerned about a place like Ottawa. I think we're in relatively good shape. I'm worried more about the world overall, where vaccination rates in developing countries are very low, and so I'm kind of worried about that. But like I said, I think Ottawa's in better shape than it was a couple of years ago.
I watch the news in a lot of these foreign countries, they still got lots of outbreaks, I think the Trudeau should really cut back on the airport flights again, stop everything from coming into Canada, because it's really dragging on too long.
50-50, because we haven't still see the full light at the end of the tunnel. So it's still more like, It's not 100%.
Well, now that there's vaccines, I'm not as concerned, but I'm still concerned, for sure. I mean, there's lots of mixed messages going out there. There's lots of confusion. There's definitely more divide than there's ever been, which is a concern for me. So it's not just the pandemic, but the issues around the pandemic that are concerning. Mental health is a huge issue now, more than it was before. So, you know, I would say that all the complexities that come with it are a big issue for me too.
I would say less. I'm much less concerned. I think it's, you know, certainly an issue if you're in a certain category, like prior health issues or an elderly person. Other than that, I think if you take care of your body and you know, eat vitamins, that sort of thing. And there are medications that are available if something were to happen. And say, yeah, get vaxxed too. But yes, I'm less concerned.
Yes, a little bit, because things have progressed quite a significant amount. But at the same time, we have the vaccines now, which are sort of helping things. But, you know, if people don't necessarily comply with the rules, then it does get unsafe for the general public.
At the end of the day, we have to continue living. We can't live in fear. And I think I personally just came to a point where I decided that I don't want this to rule my life, and for that to manipulate my actions, my behaviors, my buying priorities. It just seems a little bit too, you know, too much at this point.